Welcome back. Right now, we are going to focus on your health, specifically testing for COVID-19. What do you need to know? There's been a lot in the news about tests that have worked, about false negatives, false positives, all the things happening. We want to make sure that we are covered and testing correctly. And here to walk us through this process and give us her suggestions on that is Dr. Emily Volk. Dr. Volk, thanks for being here today. How are you?
Great, Christine. Thanks for having me.
So what can you tell me about administering a COVID-19 test at home properly? There's a lot of instructions, a lot of directions, and it feels like a high margin of error.
Well, the most important thing I can tell you about testing at home is to read those instructions. Take the few minutes that it requires to really understand what you're doing before you start picking up a swab or opening the liquid reagent that comes with these specimens. And also give yourself enough time, and a distraction-free environment while you're running these tests. Have somebody else answer your phone. Have somebody else respond to the doorbell. You're running a clinical laboratory test on your kitchen table, and it deserves your full attention.
And if you're heading to a testing center, what do you need to know about accreditation and making sure that you feel confident in those results?
You deserve to know as a patient where your tests are being evaluated. So most testing centers are collection sites only. So you need to ask the folks at the testing center, who's running my test? Where is my test going to go? Is it going to a CAP accredited laboratory? An accredited laboratory means that the people working there, the pathologists in charge who oversee the laboratory results, are totally dedicated to getting the most accurate and reliable results, and they go above and beyond what's required to ensure that those results are something we can count on.
And Dr. Volk, in your professional opinion as a physician, which tests do you feel have been the most reliable between the rapid antigen testings and the PCR tests?
Well, what I would tell you is that both types of tests have been really powerful tools in our toolbox during this pandemic. It's wonderful to be able to get a result quickly, like you can with the rapid antigen tests that we do at home. However, those results are not quite as reliable as the tests that we do in a clinical laboratory, which take a little bit longer to get the results back. Sometimes you just don't have the time to wait. So using both types of tests together with common sense and talking to your doctor about those results, that'll get you the best outcome.
And speaking of talking to our doctor, what questions should we be asking medical professionals to make sure that our tests are correct, that we feel confident, and that we stay healthy?
Well, again, you want to know who's running those results. Where is your test going? It's part of the important information that drives all of your medical decisions. So any test that you have done, you want to make sure that goes through an accredited laboratory.
And where can we get more information and find resources about everything we've talked about today with testing?
Sure. One wonderful place to go is newsroom.cap.org.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Emily Volk, for being here today. Really appreciate your expertise as a physician and walking us through different testing options and what we need to do to make sure we get accurate results that we can be confident in. We'll be back with more right here on Mountain Connections right after this.